How's it going, Taurus? Soul Tiger is here with a story just for you. So I'm calling in the guiding energies, and some key words I'm hearing is there's dark energy around. It could be a low mood. It could be feeling like you're unhappy at this time. Chaos in or around your home, second home. This could be your job too. Sometimes our jobs or careers are our second home. Now, too many people are butting into your business, but none of them are paying your bills, Taurus. When there is darkness around, you look up to the light. That's how you counteract that. Sometimes the first step, Taurus, is admitting you need help. No one is ever weak for seeking help, Taurus. Keep that in mind. And one of the biggest messages that I seen in the cards is your stress is tied to your health. So if you're noticing some things that are going awry, something's weird's happening with your health lately, check in and see how high your stress levels have been, because the stress is definitely affecting your health. So something that we're really confused on, it has to do with or at odds ends with, it has to do with the distance of things. Something feeling like it's too far off. Something, what I'm hearing, feels like it's too far gone. Maybe this is something that we're also confused on, the answers to things. Somehow I have a yes here. A yes, you're uncertain. Maybe it has to do with an air sign. Maybe it has to do with air sign type of quality. It has to do with the qualities. If it's the qualities, it has to do with what you're seeing for your future. Because a lot of air signs have the gift of foresight. If you think about it, air can see the bigger picture. They can see things that are coming in. So there's something here in the mind, in your intellectual, even in your intuition that you're seeing. Maybe you're confused on what to say yes to when it comes to helping close the distance between you and whatever this is. Something you're at odds ends with and you're not seeing is love spell. Right now you have really thick love goggles on that's making it hard for you to see certain things. Maybe making it hard for you to feel your guardian energy that is around, because your guardian energy is here. Maybe it's hard because this chaos, the chaos of whatever this love spell, whatever it is that you have love goggles onto, is making it hard to follow your guides. There's something here you're confused on. You don't know how to take. You don't know how to react to. And it has to deal with a confession. Somebody's saying something about someone, something, some situation, some place, some event. But whatever it is, deep down you want to say yes to something. Could it be yes to a beginning of something? Could it be yes to an ending of something? I'm not sure. But what I do know is something is tainted here when it comes to intimacy. When it comes to us loving somebody or somebody loving us, it is tainted. And your guardian's looking straight at that. They want to sound the horn on something. And this is happening through some kind of confession. Somebody's going to confess something about something. Now, if you look at Gemini, Gemini is about communication. Libra is about bringing things into balance, but also they are like, they're big people pleasers. Then you have Aquarius. Aquarius is the house of reform, the house of wanting to teach new ways of doing things. So there's something here when it comes to even the guidance between the wisdom that you've learned here during your journey and that upper that upper energy that comes in from the divine through you, through the seed that you have within. Like I said, you got to look up, you got to go within on this one. So let's go ahead and take a deeper dive with the ancestors and angels into the present of now. Because remember, the closer we get to our soul being, the closer we get to the divine. So if you're running at odds ends with yourself, this could be stressing you out more, Taurus. If whatever this confession is, it's definitely something maybe you didn't see coming. And maybe that makes it hard to say yes to things because it's gonna rock your boat. But it's your guardians again sounding a horn to something weird that's going on around you. It has to do with this dark energy. It has to do with your success. It could have to do with money. It could have to do with your material goods. It could even have to do with others and how others look at you, what others expect from you. Like I said, there's a lot of people who are butting into your business. They definitely have an opinion about things. They definitely have an opinion about you. For some reason, they're trying to make you be like you're the biggest problem. You're the main problem. You're not part of the problem, but you are the biggest problem right here. They're trying to say that you're selfish, you didn't know this, you didn't know that, etc., etc. Well, it's okay to be young and dumb. It's okay to be young and dumb. A part of being young and dumb is having conflict within yourself, is finding conflict within relationships. And that comes through working through the confusion that others bring us. You know, when it comes to certain nightmares in our lives, the chaos that we're facing, you know, a lot of times it's to teach us how to flow, how to get away, how to move forward, how to emotionally evolve from things that have been attached to us or things that we have been attaching ourselves to, thinking that that was the way to go. We have love spell, we have the devil here. I'm telling you, there is some bad juju happening. Again, Six of Wands, a lot of times it's about people following us, you know, being that inspiration within our community. But there's something here that they're using against you. I feel like whatever this is, and it's been really hard to juggle, really hard to make a choice on which way to go. You know, even though you've been taking off in one direction, there's somewhere else. There's a different way you've been looking. There's a different way you want to go. Maybe this has to do with whatever this distance is here. So a few other things that we're not seeing is this Page of Cups. Being set in some emotional way since you were young. Being set on not wanting to give up on things. Not wanting to walk away from things. Maybe you feel like if you were to walk away from something that you would be repeating a past mistake somebody had made before you, or even a past mistake that you've made before. That is very real. Four of Cups here. Hoping, wishing something would be different, wishing that you would get the permission to go, but the only person that can give you permission, Taurus, is you, and that's something you're not seeing. Something else you're not seeing is the emotional success. You have the coin success. You do. You found it in the things that you have around you. But when it comes to the things that you hold within you, within your heart, you don't feel it. You don't feel it. This could be something that whoever these others are feeding off of. It could be the very things that they use to poke at. They could use to poke at in different ways to spellbound you, to make you feel like, you know, this is the only place where you can be. This is the place where you are best contained. Excuse me, where you're best contained. Because I've talked about this before with you, Taurus, in past stories where you put yourself in a cage sometimes. And there has been another energy around who's been trying to put you in a cage as well. And it doesn't make sense. One of the biggest things for Taurus is being able to get up and start something. Taurus, you stay so stuck. That's a part of your fixed energy, though, staying stuck. And then a part of your insecurities is losing the things that you have around you. Sometimes we develop our identification with the things that we have around us. In Taurus, this is all what your second house is about. You find your success with the things that you have around you. But success isn't just as that, and you're not just one full Taurus all the way through. You're going to have other signs in your birth chart, other ways of going about things. And it's knowing how to highlight those other parts of you to help you get through dark times. You could have air in your chart, because I have a Taurus here who likes to think a lot. I have a very intellectual Taurus here. So with the air signs, it's bringing on those air qualities of being able to get up and go, like the wind, being able to flow, staying when you need to stay, but know when the seasons change, you got to get up and you got to make movement type of thing. So let's go ahead and explore this block. I'm going to let you know here, some of the images, can be crude, a little explicit with this one, so I may not be sharing all of the cards with you, but just know this is going to tie into this devil energy. So the devil energy, Capricorn energy, talks about where we seek security. Remember, I was talking about Taurus as a lot of the material things around them, but also where we resist change. So there's something here that, you know, you focus on your trinkets and stuff like that to help get you through. But on the other side, you really wish things will change. So let's go ahead. Angels of protection, please help, guide, and protect us. Wow. As we go through the Taurus's block here. What is it that needs to come out for this block for the Taurus? This is a lot, Taurus. I'm a little overwhelmed. You could be overwhelmed as well. This is a lot. You have a lot that you're taking care of. It may not seem like a lot to others, but there's definitely a lot on your plate here. First thing that falls out, that we are at a distance with, is again this Four of Cups energy. Four of Cups energy. Please, 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 please be careful when you're trying to drown out the chaos, Taurus, and what you're reaching towards. Don't make rash, fast decisions just because you are having to deal with a lot of chaos in life and you don't know how to deal with that chaos, especially when it comes to dealing with others and how others are treating you unfairly. You have been here working on your wish fulfillment. You've been showing up. You've been showing out. Just know that. And, you know, this one way of thinking of really feeling like, you know, having what you really want is out the door, that you have to say goodbye to that in order to have what you have now. There's truth to it. There is truth to it. There's something here you really want, but again, you're at a distance with it. And you've already judged that it's gone, that you've already had to say goodbye to it. There's no way that that you can close that distance again. And you have to be careful with that. Let's see, Judgment card. Judgment card, I believe, gets represented by a few signs. The Judgment is Aries, it's Leo, it's Libra, and it's Sagittarius. House of Sagittarius, manifestations, Libra. Just like you, Taurus talks about the things that we relate to, the things that we love. We also have Leo, the sun, where we can best express our energy, our soul of self here. Aries, the birth of awareness, the emergence of self-awareness here. The whole thing is what I see is you've contained yourself, you've contained your beliefs, you've contained how much you can actually have into this one little vessel here. You don't realize that what you have is so much more. That's what I'm getting. You don't realize that what you do is so much more. What you show up with is so much more. There's something here since a younger time. You definitely could have been a rebel when you were younger. It made you really see things differently, especially when it comes to others and how you work with others. There could have been a time where there was others that you felt like wasn't there for you. They wouldn't make any kind of movement towards you to help you out. And there was something here that, you've been working really, really hard for. Could be under the thumb of others. Trying to impress whoever these others, to try and show them that not only can you celebrate your success, but you can give them that celebration with you, being able to celebrate with you. But the thing is what you're not seeing is, setting those boundaries to others, because I know you want to prove people wrong. That's always a great thing to do, but just know when proving them wrong is closing doors for you. It's taking your focus, it's taking that creative focus, what I'm hearing, away from other things. So where you're doing is you're overly focusing on proving people wrong, overly focused on their opinions. So you're giving so much energy there. So when it comes time for you to have to work on whatever you're really working on, what you're really trying hard to get going, you're already depleted. So when you go to work on this, it's like hitting a brick wall. You're not getting any new ideas. Stuff just gets more frustrating. So you have to be careful of where you're investing your energy, especially when it comes to the opinions of others. Here comes that Devil card out. We have the Devil card, Queen of Pentacles. We have the Sun. Oh my goodness, Six of Swords, and what you don't see right here, Two of Cups. So let's decipher this for a bit. You're letting somebody lie to you. That's the plain truth to this. You're letting somebody lie to you, and you're turning your back on some of this intuition that you've been picking up. A lot of the intuition that you've been picking up. The divine has put out things for you to see, and you've acted like you haven't seen these signs. And what is happening is, somebody is not good. Somebody is just out for the money. Somebody is stuck in their ways and they're not changing. But you're also at the same time letting this person pull the wool over your eyes when it comes to the type of energy they actually bring in. This person you could have known for quite a while. What I'm hearing, it's an old relationship kind of thing. But this person, all they have is what you put around you on their mind. And that is, again, what they're attaching themselves to. This makes sense when it says that these people aren't paying your bills. Maybe you're paying this person's bills. Maybe you help this person out with their bills. That could be something here as well. But it's not a healthy partnership. You definitely need to make movement away from this whatever it is. And something you're not seeing is this Queen of Swords. Here comes the air signs again. This Queen of Swords energy. You're not feeling like you have the oomph to make this happen. For some reason, you really feel like you have to put up with others, but a Queen of Swords doesn't put up with others. A Queen of Swords has that sword up in the original tarot deck, and anybody that comes at her sideways, she's ready to go. She is ready to go, but for some reason you don't see that you have that option, that you are able to choose where you want to be and where you don't want to be. Remember, you're not sure how to say yes to something. A Queen of Swords doesn't dwell in confusion as well. She's a very black and white type of energy, just like the King of Swords, very black and white type of energy. But the feminine energy, when it's upright, it represents compassion, acceptance, kindness, and mercy here. And there's something here that you're not being compassionate about with yourself when it comes to you being able to have this diplomatic view. When it comes to you sitting here standing up and calling the shots about things, that's what I'm hearing. And right now, with that full moon in Libra approaching on the 21st of this month, you're really going to be facing two sides of things when it comes to how you juggle things. Is people pleasing more important than being able to take care of yourself? Is people pleasing more important than being able to get to where you actually want to be in life? You're going to face these two things right here, and balancing them is going to be a big test for you. This is all straight things that you come into conflict with. And it's going to be things that either you're going to step up to face or you're going to want to shrink away. But you be careful if you shrink away, because that means that you're going to end up going towards coping mechanisms. That means you're going to go towards escapism. So please be careful. Be careful. What I'm seeing is a Taurus really needs to sit. They need to sit with themselves and they need to figure it out. They need to figure out what they really want in life, and they need to figure out why they keep putting themselves behind these invisible barriers that they've made in their mind. It's a lot on your plate, Taurus. That is a lot on your plate. Just know material things come and go. Everybody has a few restarts in life. Because you have to have a restart doesn't make you a failure. It just means that you were ready to grow more. That's what it is. It's like shedding your skin and being able to emerge more newer, more agile. All right, so divine and universal energy. What are the positive messages that need to come out for Taurus with the challenges that they're facing at hand? I feel this a lot for you, Taurus. We were talking about how your stress is really affecting your health right now. You need to take care of yourself. I know it's really fun to go grab something quick to eat, but depleting yourself is just gonna make things harder. And I wanted to let you know the winter time is coming about, so we're gonna have less sun, so there's that seasonal depression as well. Please don't deplete yourself of certain nutritions before we have that less sun coming about, because it's gonna make it a little bit harder for the next few months for you. Staying up on your self-care, staying up on cleansing, staying up on being open to the flow of things that come in and out of your life. Having that acceptance, that mercy for things that are not working out. Because there's something here that's going to happen with this confession. Then I have pleasure. You've constricted yourself so much. Look at how these two cards. You've constricted yourself to fit in another's vessel, to fit in another's point of view of things, or in others. A part of nourishment is opening yourself up. Opening yourself up to the pleasures of opening up again to the flow of things, having that acceptance for the way things are working out around you. Don't fight it. If it's time to sail, if it's time to go, if it's time to start something different, will you be open to that? And can you take care of yourself in the process? Another card that we're not seeing and that you're at odds ends with is fear. This lands on both of those devil cards here. Look at, there's another cage. You really have to ask yourself, shine a light on this. What is it that you're afraid of once you step out of your cage? Once you step out of the confinements that you have been in, what has you so attached to these confinements? What is the fear that you are afraid to face? Because that is the direct thing that will set you free, Taurus. That is the very thing that will set you free. Everybody's fears are a little different. I know when I set myself free, it was the fear of being by myself. It was the fear of not being able to talk to certain others. Again, it was the fear that I was going to lose out on certain relationships, certain people, certain places, certain things. Sometimes I don't like leaving certain work locations to move on, to move forward because of the people that are there or the clients that I would see. But the whole thing is, if I didn't move forward, then I wouldn't be at the place that I'm at. And sometimes it takes confronting those fears and again opening up to the flow of the divine, to the flow of the way things are working out. Protection. There's something here that you have a big vulnerability when it comes to protecting yourself versus change. The whole thing is change makes you feel vulnerable. Maybe that's a part of the fear that we need to face. How can we have our own backs, even in the times of the storm when change is happening and all we want to do is protect ourselves? Being able to evolve, being able to grow, being able to move forward is a way of protecting yourself. Opening up to the changes that come. Think about evolvement, species. We have evolved over time to make it to where we don't have to go out in the woods to go hunt for food. And that was a way of us protecting ourselves so that we're not getting messed up by nature. So see the little things that have evolved and produce different ways of protecting ourselves. You fear this change, but if you confront your fears, this is going to be another way of you protecting yourself, setting healthy boundaries so others can't come in and mess with you. Something else here is the darkness. A lot of times people duplicate the shadow side, the side that we're afraid to face as being this place where there's monsters, where there's the bad things that can come out and grab us. But I also like to depict the shadow side as being a place that needs the most love, as a place where we need to take our time when exploring it, when seeing it, when opening up to the different things that are in it. Because the darkness is a part of the light, just like the light is a part of the darkness, because we wouldn't know one without the other. How can you learn to protect yourself if you haven't evolved, if you haven't went through different changes in your life? Ooh-wee. Whatever this confession was, some here you had a feeling about. You seen something happening, but your guardians want to sound a horn to this. Know that the guardians are here with you. Even when you face the fears and the darkness, when you face how certain people, places, and things aren't working out for you. Why? Because they have aligned themselves and could be possibly trying to align you in dark energy. What I'm hearing is to keep you blind, and keep you going in circles, round and round and round, and the nightmare and the chaos. Again, because somebody else is dependent on what you're bringing in. Ooh-wee. I mean, so what? They could be right. You could have acted out. You could have said some stupid stuff, done some stupid things. That's okay. Everybody makes mistakes, Taurus. The whole thing is, deep down you want to grow. Deep down you have doors that you want to open up to. There's other things that you need to say goodbye to first before you do that. Boundaries that need to be set. Boundaries that need to be set. I hope this helps, Taurus. Just know your guardians are there. You have an option to say yes to something, just like you have the option to close the distance between you and something else. You don't have to stay in somebody's vessel, somebody's cage, somebody's confinement that they have you in, whether it's these others or it's yourself. You are allowed to have your free will, Taurus. Don't forget that. Just like don't forget to thank divine and universal energy, as well as the angels, ancestors, and spirit guides for coming in and helping out with all the positive messages here. And as always, I hope that you have a most wonderful rest of your day.